Hmm. Hello. Good morning, Miss Shelley, seeker of truth too. Um, if you can't hear me, this is about as best as I'm going to be able to do today. I feel like I'm screaming. Feel like I'm screaming. Um, so I this morning. Um, Good morning, happy Friday, you beautiful stars. I have a lot of cold medicine in me. I actually didn't take that much this morning, but now it's been like 3 days or so, so it's built up in my system. So no matter what I do, my brain is foggy. And I did choose to go my old route with my laptop here. So I'm also, foggy blue, all that jazz, right? Because I didn't feel like dealing with technology either this morning. Uh, so today is not the emerald tablets because I know for a fact, because I know me, my body, and my brain when I'm, under a lot of cold medicine, uh, that if I tried to start reading those words, it would become a jumbled mess. So then this morning, I guess you guys probably don't know this. When I first wake up in the morning, about, I don't know, 10 minutes after my coffee, woo, my head is usually in rants and crazy and all sorts of stuff, especially in the wintertime if I can't get outside and, ground myself. So I changed what we were going to talk about probably 15 times in my head today. Um, and then my husband called me just a couple, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or so, and he needed something. And I said, babe, you better pray for me because I don't really know what I'm going to talk about today because, I got lots of rants going on in the head. And his response was, oh boy, because he knows. And he said, okay, I'll pray that you keep your feet on the ground, which he also knows I don't do that often. He's my anchor and he ain't here. So, whoo, let's have a party, guys, at 11 in the morning because I'm just crazy in my head because of cold medicine. Remember, um, consciousness is frequency. And when you have all these things inhibiting your brain because your body is needing them for defense, and I'm not against medication, guys, especially um, when I know my body. I know the damage I've done as well. I got to fix a lot of things. Um, I take it. I take the stuff to get rid of all this. Uh, it's all sinus. It's not the vid. It's not the. It's just sinus. It's the coming off the holidays and into this weird change of weather and whatnot. Not proper care of myself during the holidays, as many people don't do. Even if I'm aware of it, like, oh, you're not taking care of yourself. Oh, I will later. I will later. Well, now it's later. So, now it's later. Your body will eventually go, yeah, it's later. We were trying to tell you 3 weeks ago. And, okay. Um, yeah, I don't listen to anyone or anything too well. Um, so I hope everybody's doing good. I know other people in our little community here of stars are also kind of feeling ucky because of the weather. Oh, it's been a while. It has so been a while. So, geez, guys, the amount of yeah, Seeker, I do. Um, I've been drinking a bunch of tea and I was gonna have tea for esoteric tea as well, fluids. Um, but I was running late. I was like, oh, this is supposed to happen in 2 minutes. Cool. Um, I will tell you though, haha. So Dr. Ben Goins, who I support fully, he's done multiple videos here, and we're doing another one this month. I'll have him on monthly. His detox system, the iodine, the silver, and the gold. Well, originally, I was going to start that about mid-January so I could really document things. And then all of a sudden the sickness came. So I reached out to Ben and I said, Ben, I'm thinking I need to start this now because I don't want to deal with this. And he so he gave me like what to do even more so if you're sick. And I started it 2 days ago, guys. 2 days ago. And somebody asked me last night, well, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful stars, I have to tell you, I think it's the only thing that's keeping me standing right now. So, what people don't know, and I guess I'll share, I don't get sick often, but when I do get sick, it's a thing. When I was a little, 2-year-old Cortney, they called me Cortney No Nose. Cortney No Nose. I had this little bump of a nose. I mean, obviously I've grown into it, but a little bump. None of this nose, ear, throat jazz is working correctly. It never has in my entire life, like ever. And it's like, man, you guys kind of cursed me calling me Cortney No Nose because the shit don't work. Anyways, so when I get sick like this, though, it always then gets into my chest and then spreads and gets horrible. Not happening right now. I believe, like I said, the only reason that I'm like standing and still breathing and can semi talk to you right now, because I know my body and I know what has always been, what has always been was definitely not what's happening now. And I think it is because I went, whoo, let's just start this detox. Who cares about documenting right now? You can't fall out right now, Cortney. You got too much going on in January. And I got so someone asked me last night, how's it going? I told him that. And I also told him if it wasn't for the fact that I already had this sickness, I already had issues going on, and I started this during that, I can't imagine what this stuff would be doing. You can physically feel from all parts of your body. You can physically feel what it's doing. And it's like, oh. So, lovely Mary wins. I have not forgotten about you, sister. I know you asked about the product. I will email you probably actually Monday. Because I haven't even set up everything for it. But I will tell you this. So this is a personal, yeah, you guys can track it with me. So I started the iMeadow Dr. Ben Goins system, detox system, while in the midst of being sick. And we're going to see how it rock and rolls through this. I mean, you guys can watch it with me. And I got, yeah, it's wild. And here's the other thing. It detoxes the fluoride and the heavy metals, and it does all this great stuff. We learned all about the thyroid. I actually have a lot of metal in my mouth. People probably don't know that because it's not like you're all up in my mouth. And I'm old school, I'm old school fillings. I think I've had like one filling that wasn't metal. Um, and when you swish that silver around in your mouth, my teeth are like, whoa, what's going on? It's very impressive. I always knew that it was. I've talked to other people that have, worked with it and had it. Of course, I trust Ben. I know him personally. I am now going to be a distributor in the Chattanooga, Georgia, Alabama area that I'm sure I can get further out as well. It is impressive. It is really impressive. Like I said, I'm on day 3-ish, 4-ish of this cold. My norm is that I wouldn't even be able to get up because I wouldn't be able to breathe. That's my norm. Yeah, everybody experienced Courtney's norm when she gets sick when they had that other, goofiness. Yeah, that's my norm. I've done a lot of damage to my body, folks, in 2023 is a big year of repair. A big year of repair. I know what my 2023 looks like. A few different layers. So, my goodness, folks. My goodness. Good morning, Miss Lori. Beautiful Miss Lori. Shelly, I gotta make you a moderator too. I will do that. So, the rants in my head this morning. I don't even know where to start, guys. Let's do some esoteric tea. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. First of all, let's talk about, because I even put in the community post, like, yeah, let's just talk about all the shit that drives Cortney crazy. Let's just do it. Who cares? I am trying to be sensitive. I'm trying to be sensitive and compassion to people's word choices right now. It took me a minute to understand, and hear me out. It took me a minute to understand what they were even saying. I've been in a lot of chats, watched a lot of stuff. There is a lot of talk right now, and most people are using their voice to say things like, there is no space, there is no time. And that's exactly the words they're using. There is no space, there is no time. I know I've done a video on this before. I know I have. And when I was trying to ask people, please stop saying those words. Because I don't think they still must not understand how powerful their words are. And I didn't understand why they were doing that. Like, I really didn't. And then I had to ask my husband. He really does bring me down to what's happening with these human bodies that are out there. Where's their logic? What's happening? And he said, Cortney, it's not so much like no space, no time, right? It's that they're finally identifying that what they've been told and what they've been taught is not accurate. So that I can jive with, man. Okay, cool. All right, because it's not. Don't believe any of the shit you've ever been heard or taught or any of it. Like literally any of it. Question everything that comes out of my mouth. Question everything you've ever heard. Get rid of all of it. I'm going to talk about that today too. Okay? This whole people not understanding the circle of life and consciousness and reincarnation. I'm going to talk about it. And what the objective really is right now. But anyways, let's stay focused, Court. See? Keep your feet on the ground, Court, please. Just because, though, seriously, anybody that can hear, please have ears to hear right now. Just because you have to throw out all of your conceptions of anything you've ever been taught, that does not mean there are certain things in place. There is a thing such as time. Is linear time a thing? Fuck no. Oh, no, it's not. No. Is it how we relate to one another and share our experiences and hold our memories in place and hold conversations, hold growth in place? Yeah, linear time. Sure. Rock out with it. But just because our conceptions and what we've been taught, we're finding out is not real or not exactly truth, and we're going to talk about the concept of truth also, that's Okay, cool. Grasp your mind around it. First, there's awareness, then there's acceptance, resolution, and then eventually detachment, to tell you the truth. But nobody's there right now. Not yet of who follows stars in the morning light. Awareness. So everybody's in awareness. And with awareness comes a whole lot of grief and the grief process, and you do have to get to acceptance. But during that time frame, right? Because this is how we communicate with each other. While you're going through the process, please don't say words like, there is no time. Because the reasons why, same with, don't say there's no space. That's absolutely fundamentally, how can there not be space? There's space between us right now. There's space within my body. As I've said on other videos, I literally meditated for a very long time on the concept that for every cell in my body, there could be possibly another world. For every cell in my body, there is that much space and things happening within those spaces. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I teach that we can heal and get in the space between the space into that cellular level. So those are other terms for space, right? Everybody's like, oh, there is no galactic anything. There is no space. We've never been to the moon. Who the cares? Who cares about any of that? Who cares if the narrative is blowing up in your face? I'm sorry, but you got to pick up the pace now. 2023 is going to be so fast that if you don't jump from awareness to acceptance, you're going to get lost in the mix. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Let's talk about truth for a minute. So do know the point I wanted to make, and this is a rant of the foggy mind. The point I'm trying to make is the more that people start saying there's no such thing as space, there's no such thing as time, and the more people latch onto that, and the more people latch onto that, the more people latch onto that, we are creating. We are creating. So what are we trying to do here saying this stuff? And not articulating our full thoughts, but being lackadaisical, which I've contributed to lackadaisical dialogue. I know I have. But the more we do that, and more people jump on board, the more people start saying the same stuff. There is no time, there is no space. Clearly, nobody understands their power, because I also want to talk about the sovereignty issue. The more people that do that, well, thanks everybody for blowing up and destroying the concepts. Remember, we work inside the law, no matter who or what we are. Time is a part of the law. Space is actually a part of the law. Space is a part of the order. Time is a part of the order. Law and order. But the biggest part of all of that is cause and effect. So thanks for destroying, possibly, because there's nothing but infinite potentials of possibilities. Thanks for maybe eliminating that, because we are creating. We're a part of the whole. We're part of the all. All is all. There's no separation. All is all. All is everything and nothing. The end and the beginning. And I know that sounds like, oh, I'm speaking in polarities. Let's talk about the circle of life stuff. Oh, let's do it, folks. Good morning, Anne. Let's do it. I just said that. I said a whole lot of what sounded like polarity. All is everything, all is nothing, all is the beginning, all is the end. You are your individual self, you are also the collective. Wow, look at all this polarity. If you want to see it in that construct. If you want to see it in that construct, I don't. I don't view it in the polarity 3D construct. So here's the thing. Why do we keep coming back? Why do we keep coming back? Because if we actually do what we're supposed to do while we're here, hanging out, deciding that we are going to keep coming back to Gaia, I do want to remind everybody that you done chose to be here. Stop fighting it. You know, I used to fight it. I hated being here. I hated this place. It was the most horrible place. Why am I here, right? And then it went to the level of, okay, hopefully I get it right so I don't have to come back to this place again. Hopefully I can get it right. I gotta tell you, drop it all. Drop it all. You chose to be here. Did you choose to be here to live in the misery? No. Did you choose to be here to just hope you get it right so you can get out of it? No. You chose to be here. So, a lot of different traditions and faiths and symbols and sigils and all sorts of stuff from it doesn't matter where you come with it from, will tell you, you need to study, you need to have service in your life, and you need to meditate, right? I do the pyramid, of course. Foundation is meditation. The thing that fills your pyramid is your gratitude. You can't have gratitude and not have service. The two are brother and sister. So, if we're doing our jobs correctly, as to why we are here, if we're doing our jobs correctly, it is that we are here to study, have service to one another, and meditate. And through that, you're going to keep learning. You're going to keep gaining the understanding and wisdom. You're going to keep gaining the self-awareness of your sovereignty. You're going to keep gaining this. You're going to keep gaining that. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be at moments of all is everything. No separation. All is everything. And then you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And then you're going to hit a spot that's like, nothing is nothing. There is nothing. Nothingness. And usually from there, this is the usual case. Then you end up having to circle all the way back to the beginning. Woo! Circle all the way back to, okay, go all the way back to what you thought you learned before with all this new mindset, this new fresh eyes. Circle all the way back. And then go through it again. All this learning, all this understanding, all this bringing it all in, knowing your sovereignty, studying all the traditions, studying all the religions, studying what is right for you. Study, learn, wisdom, experience. And you're going to hit it again. You're going to hit it again. All is everything. Go further. All is nothing. You're going to sit there again for a minute. And then you're going to keep going. There is stuff that will be aware to you and come to you. And then you're going to end up circling back again of like, oh shit, I missed something. Or let's look through everything again with these new eye sets. We keep doing this, folks. And if you're lucky, If you're lucky and you're doing your job right here, an average human can go through that cycle of awareness and gaining the knowledge and understanding and wisdom, and they can circle through it all about 3 times in a lifetime if they're doing their job correctly. Okay? Okay? Right? That concept as to how we operate here, going through and building our consciousness, right? Becoming the frequencies we want to be, getting to these frequency levels through study, meditation, and service to others, through gratitude. If we are so lucky and we put in the effort, we circle through that. We have the potential to circle through that about 3 times in our life. And we do. We get it very, very high, and we circle back around to relook at everything with those set of eyes. And then we circle around, and then we circle around. We can do that about 3 times in our current life. It's the exact same concept for the past lives. Exact same concept. Exact same concept. And the more that we don't do our jobs here at this learning earth school, the more we don't do that, the more we just got to keep coming back. You chose. You chose, you chose, you chose. Right? That's the exact same concept. Micro, little little baby current life doing it. And then a very grand scale of you've been coming and coming and coming and coming. Going through the same learning process. You're doing it right now, as you always have. Yeah. And eventually there is stuff beyond the all is everything and all is nothing. There is stuff beyond that. There is. But most people get to those two, and then we circle back around. And then we circle back around, which is beautiful. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. It's what we're supposed to be doing. So I have no qualms about that. Oh, good morning, beloved. So it's what we're doing, and we chose to be here to do this. So let's talk about sovereignty for a minute. Oh, this one drives me nuts. Yeah, I entitled this basically on the community page of like, let's just talk about everything that drives Cortney nuts. Because I'm full of cold medicine and a foggy brain, and I get real cranky when I'm sick. I get real cranky when I'm sick. It is, I go through, 1 minute I'm like, and then next minute, like, I love everyone. Oh, whatever. The extremes when your body is fighting. I really don't. I guess I really don't understand. My husband helps me so much try to wrap my head around what people, I guess I really don't understand the question around sovereignty. Like, I don't understand why it's a question. I don't understand. I have listened to some stuff. I did listen to Wayne a few times this past week or whatever. I listened to Robert last night. This is all part of the Soul Tribe community. I listened to a bunch of people, right? And Lucky Smith, who's doing his little shorts right now, and he ends his affirmations with abracadabra. Abracadabra means I create as I speak. It is. It is. Like, I'm very, so I guess I just don't understand why people question the sovereignty thing so much. The only thing I can wrap my head around is because they haven't visibly seen their own power, but that's on them. Sorry. That's on them. I don't know what to say. Like, I literally don't get why people can't wrap their heads around you're sovereign. I think it's because it is the duality that people can't wrap their heads around. All is everything, all is nothing. Meaning you're a god and you're not a god. I'm a god and I'm not a god. All those beings that we refer to gods are gods and they're not gods. And I think it's that kind of not being able to wrap our head around what that really is, that they just deny their sovereignty, but allow other things to control them, or kind of have to live in the conformity of, hell, I don't even know, man. So I was raised to be a nonconformist, period. I was raised to be a nonconformist. It's actually until I embraced it fully in my adult years, it caused a lot of issues in my youth because, like, I didn't care who you were. I wasn't going to listen to you. If I didn't agree with you, I wasn't going to listen to you. Boss, teacher, didn't cop, didn't really matter. Because I was raised that I am my own master. I am my own sovereign self. I was raised that way. And it did cause a lot of difficulty because we live in a plane of existence that, we don't allow humans to experience that for themselves, right? But just because you haven't experienced it or seen your own sovereignty does not mean that it doesn't exist. It's actually at play all the time because abracadabra, as Lucky likes to put in his shorts right now, I create as I speak. It is. So it's very hard for me to understand why it's difficult for others to grasp that. And it is because I was raised. I mean, it was a constant at the dinner table. You are your own boss. You are your own master. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that was being programmed into me. But let's talk about it, though. So you are a god, and you're not a god, because there is no such thing. There is a thing, and then there's not a thing, right? We're all just creation. We're all just creation, and we're all creating simultaneously, separately, collectively, individually. It's all based on perception. Let me tell you, so all of the ascended masters, all of them, no matter how things got all screwy, but like no, there's a few that, well, they're not actually referred to as ascended masters, but there were some powerful mamma jammas out there, weren't really ascended masters, but they still get in the mix. But all of them that people refer to as messiahs or, gods or what have you, all of them were just trying to lead people to the frequency of love, period. All of them. I actually had this conversation last Friday night with somebody, and I loved where he was. Juan, if you're listening, shout out, buddy. I love where he was because I love that space. It's so beautiful when people kind of sit and learn and read and get to this spot of, okay, Out of everything, the main message is love. The main message is love. They're trying to get us to the frequency of love, the consciousness of love, ultimate love, right? And so I'm in the conversation with them, and I'm taking in all that he's saying. I don't always have to talk, guys. I do listen pretty well. And I'm listening to him, and I'm listening to his thought process and where he's at. I said, this is amazing. I love it. I love where you're at. Yes. All of it points to love. All of it. Your sovereignty is at love. And so I said, okay, let's take it a step further. Let's just take it a step further, right? And I do want to break now for a moment, and you guys, if you can get there, you will be able, oh man, it's amazing if you can do this. Maybe this should be the goal for 2023 for, like, I don't know, everybody. If you can take the concept that all is everything, and all is nothing, and find the love within that, in all of that, ding, 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 there's your sovereignty. So, anyways, because this is how it goes then. For me personally, I said to Juan, I said, this is, I said, let's take it up. Let's just go a little further. You just gotta go a little further. I love it when people just go a little further, just a little further past. There's no such thing as time. There's no such thing as space. Go a little further. So what? You've been hurt. We are at a time that we can't sit around and cry about the fact that we've been lied to. Knock it off, people. Come on. If we're still crying about the fact that we've been lied to, 2023 is going to kick your ass. Oh my God. Okay, so if everything is pointing to love, and if you can understand how love is actually in all of it, then you can then start wrapping your head around, hey, good morning, Miss Pearl Jones. Then you can start wrapping your head around that the only true reality, if we want to put that in quotations, the only true frequency where our sovereignty is, the only element within creation that is forever present, the infinite, all of it, the only thing that ever actually is always present is love. Now let's look at that just in our general life, so we can bring it down to bring it back up, right? That circle, so let's bring it down to bring it back up. In our general life, as a walking around human experiencing, do we experience hate? Yeah, we do. Do we experience pain? Yeah, we do. Do we experience sorrow? Yeah, we do. Do we experience happiness? Yeah, we do. Do we experience joy? Yeah, we do. Do we experience sincerity? Yeah, we do. We experience all of that, right? We experience all of that. Those are fleeting. I can be happy one moment and way pissed off 30 minutes later, right? I can really have some issues with some people. And then within like 2 days, I could care less because it's gone. It's gone. The one thing, though, that is always present in our lives is love. It is love. It does not matter if you know it via an animal, a pet you have. It does not matter if you know it via nature. It does not matter if you know it via a partner. It does not matter if you know it via a sibling or a relative or a close friend. It does not matter if you know it within yourself, which is the best. It is always present. Always. Always present. Also, in our experiences, you can literally be completely pissed. Anybody who's had a relationship in life, you could be completely like, I'm done. I'm pissed at you. Don't even talk to me. But it's not like you don't love that person. It's not like you just dropped all love entirely, right? Because those other emotions and experiences are fleeting. They come and go. But love remains. It is always present. Always present. Okay? Now, if we can bring that way back around our learning experiences as we go around the circle of life, learning and learning, bring it into all is all. All is everything. All is nothing. Love is present. I try to meditate on that. I will tell you, if you can get to that and see how that is the thread, not fear. We create fear because we are creators. It's ridiculous. Love is the ultimate. Love is what people refer to as the source. Love is that frequency of creation, of sovereignty, of everything. It's the ever constant infinity. It is the ever constant. So if we can get to that, right, then we can go, wow, shit. That means love is the only actual reality. If it's the only thing that's always present, no matter where you go, what you do, what's happening, no matter where you are, what you're doing, or what's going on, most refer to it as light, which is cool. It's kind of interchangeable. Is always present. So then if it's always present, well, then that's the only true reality there is. It's the only thing that's real, right? It's the only. If it's the only thing that has ever lasted from the very beginning, I don't care how you want to think of it, thought, word, light, because it doesn't matter what you subscribe to as far as your thoughts there and what text you're taking it from or what conversation or what your beliefs are or if you channeled some shit. It does not matter. It started with something along those lines, thought, word, or light. That's love. That's love. From the very beginning. And it keeps going. Hence why there is time. From the very beginning. And it keeps going. It is the constant always. So therefore it is the actual only true reality of anything. That's it. We just don't see it enough. That's people's problems. And they put conditions on love and they don't feel enough love. And we're going to be talking about a lot of that on Sunday. I'll tell you that. But it is always there. So let's bring in another step. Oh my gosh, we're just moving on up. Get into our sovereignty. Yeah. So, if the only thing that's actually ever truly present is love, that's it. Let's just stay right there. Because remember, we are actually creating fear. It wasn't there at the beginning. Sure shit won't be there at the end. We're going to conquer that eventually. Love. So if that's the only ever present, always there, the only true quote unquote reality. Well, then let's take all these concepts of our sovereignty. How did Buddha be on like one side of the river and then all of a sudden on the next? How did, as I'm trying to use a bunch of different references, how did, like I say, how did Jesus, take 2 fish and feed 5,000? How did, I'm going to actually quote the Bible right now, and this is not to, affect anyone, but remember, in my very, very much opinion, the Torah and the New Testament are 2 completely separate materials, 2 completely separate ideals, concepts, backstories, all of it. 2 completely separate things. Should never, I don't know why the hell we keep associating them together. Drives me crazy. Another thing that drives me crazy. I think I've said that 3 times. Maybe I'll hit a 4th. In there, that Ascended Master said, faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. I gotta tell you, man, he was coming hardcore with that. It's faith in yourself. It's belief in yourself. And here's the thing. Here's your sovereignty, folks. If love is the only true reality, if love is the only thing that actually, quote unquote, exists, and most people are like, oh, this is all a matrix. And we're creating as we're perceiving. We're creating as we're speaking. If love is the only thing that is ever present, and nothing and everything else falls away, comes and goes, cause and effect, there's only a mountain because you're seeing a mountain. If you can wrap your head around that, it's that only love is true, is what is present at all times. And everything else comes and goes. Everything else is just an illusion. Then there is no effing mountain. There is no mountain to climb. When there is no mountain, if you're struggling and you don't understand your sovereignty, then you find that love within. Know that love is connected to the grand love. The only thing that's actually truly not, it's the greatest tool, it's the greatest asset, it's the greatest thing of creation. But let's talk about perception for a minute. Let's say you think there's a mountain that you need to climb, and you want to tell me all about this mountain, and it's right in front of you. You're telling me all about how this mountain looks. You're telling me all about, man, the trucking you're going to have to do, what a steep incline and how difficult that's going to be. I'm going to have compassion. I'm going to have love for you. But the entire time you're telling me that, this is honesty here, folks. I'm going to have compassion. I'm going to help you the best that I can. But what's really going on in my head? I don't see a fucking mountain. I see you seeing a mountain. Because there is no mountain. There is none. And that's for challenges. That's literally for geography as well. We can literally move mountains. It's for all of it. And I will do my best always with compassion and be as patient as I can. Because I know the difficulties and I know how hard it is. But that is what's going on here, folks. Is you are holding yourself back. You are holding yourself back because you keep saying there's this damn mountain. When that line literally said, man, faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Holy shit, and we all know that a mustard seed is real small. So that means you have very, 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 very low faith because your perception, what you're seeing, this struggle, this mountain, is eliminating your faith, your belief that there actually is none. It's mind-boggling to me. It really is. It's mind-boggling to me. I will always be there for people. I will always help. I will always do what I can, but it is truly mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. But there you go. The sadness of all of that is it only takes a flippin' mustard seed for you to go, shit, there ain't no mountain. I'm good. I'm sovereign. I got this. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can create whatever the hell I want. It's in my hand. But because most people, that's the sad part about it, most people can't even get to that. So therefore, because they're not seeing it in their own perception, they start saying crazy stuff and start creating mountains that are not even present. Stop creating mountains. Oh man. I told you guys, it's a wild Friday because I'm full of cold medicine. So what the hell, you know? Yeah, guys. So 2023, and I'll be talking about it more on Sunday. It's your choice. It's really going to be your choice, and you can roll with the madness. I occasionally pop into it to be like, what is happening with these people? So I can better serve, because remember, service is a part of why we're here. But it's really your choice. Either 2023, hear me out, and I'll end with this, and I'll talk more about it on Sunday. 2023, it's going to be fast, it's going to be rough, individually and collectively, because it's really, this is the starting point to get us into like 2026. And then from 2026, I personally am looking at 2052. I just got to get through 2023 through 2026, right? But it's going to be rough for everybody, right? But at the same time, it can be vastly rewarding because that construct of that duality, right? That everybody still seems to want to run everything through their minds through that concept. Why don't we just drop that concept? Anyways, like, why can't everything just be everything and nothing at the same time? Why can't everything just be, it is what it is? It is. I create as I speak. Abracadabra is like he's saying lately. It is. It is. Once you can go from it is, that is a whole lot of allowance that you give yourself and other people to detach, which is what really needs to happen, folks. Detach from this 3D mindset. Detach, which detaching is extremely hard. I will tell you that is my journey for the next 3 years. Full detachment. I know exactly how hard that's going to be. Same time, I know exactly how rewarding that will be. That is a level that you got to get through a lot of shit to get there. But that is the ultimate. Detaching from whatever this 3D, I mean completely detached from that crap. And it's hard because, you love people here. You love all of it. You love. But I will tell you, in that detachment, you do see the oneness. You see the complete. You see the end and the beginning and the end, everything and the nothing. You see the all. So it does make it easier to do the detaching, but you also still love, it can be fun here, man. This place can be fun. And it can be even funner. So 2023, individually and collectively, can be that year that you begin to actually understand, demonstrate, manifest, see tangibly your sovereignty. You are the great I am. Period. You are the great I am. I am the great I am. Collectively, we are a great I am. Singular, we are the great I am. I mean, all of it. You are the great I am. I am. And remember, abracadabra, I create as I speak. I am. So what are you? What are you? 2023, as I said, we're going to be implementing little things here and there that is best for ourselves, our immediate loved ones, our little family units or who we care for, and our communities. That's where it's going to start in 2023. All of the me around me, my stuff, my husband, my family, my loved ones, right? And then branching out to community. It's going to happen across the board with people, and it's got to flow this way because people don't even understand their own great I am, how it is in relationship to their own loved ones and interests and needs, let alone the community. And if you can't even grasp your community around you, how the hell are you supposed to grasp the collective? So it's got to start this way. So we will be implementing things here and there, all of us, as to what's best for us in my sovereignty moving forward, what's best for us. And each time we do that, each time we get to practice, no, I'm going to stand in the great I am, that I am. I'm going to stand in it. I'm going to put that, I'm going to, I'm going to make a stance. This is what the hell I'm doing. The more we do that, based on service and gratitude and meditation, based on all that, you're going to finally actually get an opportunity to see your sovereignty. And I'm hoping to goodness, oh my goodness, that based out of that, you're going to start learning how sovereign you are. Abracadabra, as Lucky's been saying, I create as I speak. I am the great I am. As Toth would say, create form out of the formless. As Christ would say, if you had faith of a mustard seed, you could move mountains, because there are no effing mountains. My God. So, you are a God. I'm a God. There are no gods, right? Oh, so I love you guys so much, man. I love you. And if you're new here, whew, thank you. Hit that like button, subscribe. I don't rant like this all the time, but yeah, I would say periodically, and you might catch me when I rant. I will be here Sunday, hopefully feeling better. Hopefully you all could have heard this message. And thank you for listening to me rant. Please stop saying there's no such thing as space and time. I'll leave it with that because you create while you speak. Holy shit, what, you wanna just eliminate everything? God. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish, you don't know until you know, and so now you know. I love you all. I love you all so much. Have a great weekend. See if you have some sunshine in your life, go stand in it. Be one with your sovereign self. You are the great I am, and I'll see you Sunday. Cheers, everybody.